Can you pass the headline test? Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. We're going to talk about the headline test, whether you have the ability to pass it or not. But first, I wanted to remind you about the book that I'm giving away for free. Current cost on Amazon.com is somewhere around $20. 9 ways to Amazon proof your business. You can go and buy your own copy, or you get a free online copy at AmazonProofBook.com. The whole book is about how to explode your business, how to stand out, how to demolish your competition. That's what it's all about. So go check it out. 9 ways to Amazon proof your business. AmazonProofBook.com. Your own free copy. Now, let's talk about the headline test, shall we? What's the headline test? The headline test is something I just made up. Okay, here's the headline test. Do you use headlines on a regular basis? Do you study headlines? I want to see if you answer yes to any of these questions. Do you study headlines? Do you have headline templates that you use? If you answered yes to any of those, you're in the right direction and you're in the right place, because I'm going through the 35 proven formulas for writing headlines as written down by John Caples in his book Tested Advertising Methods. This is all from chapter 5, and we are on number 27, I think, today. Let's see here. Number 27. And what's number 27? It's offer the reader a test. This is very interesting. This is a very interesting one. Now, if you answered no to any of those, you really need to pay attention to what we're talking about. And you need to go back and watch the other videos in this series. They're all in order from 1 to 35. Like I said, we're on number 27 in this video. And we're going through each one of these. Any one of these can be used over and over and over again as a form of headline, as a form of title for something that you have, a blog, a video, a podcast episode. Any of these things can be used over and over and over again. If you're not using headlines, the question is why? Why are you not using headlines? You're probably using them and you don't realize you are, but you aren't treating them the right way. And so you got to think about these things. So he talks about offering the reader a test. Now, we're not just talking readers. He's talking readers because he was writing this at a time when he's talking about advertising, written advertising. Okay, stuff that's out there in ink and paper. Now we have digital advertising. We have stuff that people may be reading, or people may be, they may be hearing it. They may be seeing it without reading it. They may be watching a video. This is what we're talking about here. Okay, so here's a couple of examples that he gives. Can your scalp pass the fingernail test? Can your kitchen pass the guest test? Can you pass the memory test? A test of your writing ability. These are all different headlines that have been used previously, and they all pull a person in. For one thing, there are most of them are questions, but just the word test is a challenge. And think about all the things that you've seen out there on social media that are some type of a challenge, some type of a game, some type of a test or a quiz to take. And sometimes they're in the format of an advertisement. Oftentimes they're in a format of a website has some type of, time of year, see what year, see what month you were born in, what that says about you, and they have these little things that you could go fill out. Well, they're trying to get you to go to their website so you can see the ads on their website, and they've got back-end deals where they make money that way, or they're trying to get you to do something else. But they're very addictive. And look at, this is an older book, and this guy was writing ads in the early 1900s and 1920s, and at that time he's talking about tests in the headline. It's not just the value of the test itself. There's something in the human psychology that goes throughout time that loves a challenge, that is interested by a challenge or by a test or by something. It's like, well, I don't know, can I pass that? People get interested. Many of you may have clicked on this because of that challenge, because of the title of this video, which is why I used it, to prove a point. Tests, challenge. The term nowadays is gamify. To gamify things. We act like that's a new idea. This is not a new concept. This is an old concept. We just have a different word for describing the same thing. When you allow people to be challenged, you allow people to see whether they're up to snuff on something, that's something that is always attractive to people. And you will pull in certain people, depending on the subject line, in your headline. The subject behind the headline is the type of people you might pull in more of. But tests are very attractive to people. It's a very funny thing, but another great tip from John Caples when it comes to headlines. Tomorrow we're going to be going through number 28 out of the 35. Come back then. In the meantime, you get out there and let the magic happen.